All right, everybody, good morning. It is Wednesday and it is Motivation Wednesday. I hope everyone is ready to be motivated. I know I'm a little motivated. It's been a little bit of a challenging week, so I need a little motivation myself. So what we're going to talk about today, the topic that we're going to talk about today is going the extra mile, even when you've satisfied the basic requirements. So if you listened to last week's, or if you were on last week's call, what we talked about was shooting for the extraordinary, how to set your goals so high that you didn't accept average. You're not setting average goals. You're not accepting other people's ideas of what you're capable of doing, that you are setting the goals that you feel you're capable of doing. And so shooting for the extraordinary, that was the goal setting part. This going the extra mile part is what we call like the waypoint. So you've got your huge goal here, and here is where you are. And the going the extra mile is all the different ways that you're going to set your points to get to where you're going for that big goal. And a lot of people, and we had this conversation last night in the Black Belt class, that good is not good enough. Good does not make you exceptional. Good does not make you amazing. Good does not make you extraordinary. So good is average, and we don't want to be average. We want to live up to our potential. So going the extra mile is how we do it, because it's the concept of just doing a little bit more than yesterday in whatever area that is. The most easy thing I think that everyone can relate to is an exercise, right? So if you have a goal of 10 and you consistently do 10 and you get really good at 10, you've got no growth with that. It's not until you do 11 or 12 that you start growing and building and going beyond what you're capable of, if that makes sense. So the challenge for you and for me and for all of us that want to be exceptional and extraordinary is, how can we do just 10% more in everything? How can we do 10% more? Okay, that's what we want. That's what we want to do. Now, why do we want to do it? Yes, we want to meet our goals, but the other reason is, if you do it, when you do it, I'm sorry, I said if, I didn't mean if, I meant when you do it and you succeed at it, what does that do to your motivation? Does it make it makes it go up, right? You're like, holy crap, I just did that, right? I've been doing this a lot. I've been sharing with you guys. I've been doing this a lot with launching our coaching program outside of the karate school, because I'm having to do things in my business that I haven't done in a long time. And it's been scaring the crap out of me completely, like making phone calls and reaching out and doing things that I haven't had to do in a long time, right? But I've been doing them, and then it's getting easier. And now I'm feeling really good because I'm taking action towards that goal. And so it's motivating me to do even more hard things. It's a cycle that you get on, right? Now, some people misunderstand that when you go the extra mile, especially if it's in business for a customer or even someone else, that they get the benefit. But no, they don't get all the benefit. You get all the benefit. You get all the juice. Like, you get the juice from knowing that, yeah, you told them that you would do A, but you did B, C, and D. Right? That you were capable of over delivering, and you were capable of doing that. And that benefits you more than it benefits them. So let's talk about how to do 10% more. What does 10% more look like? So in exercise, we've already talked about it. What about with goals? It depends on your goal. So if my goal is to lose weight, then how can I do 10% better on that goal? Right? It just depends on what my weakness is. And most of you who know me know that my weakness is cake, man. My weakness is cake. My weakness is dessert. So if I cut out 10% of what I'm normally eating, and eating that 10% in fruits and vegetables and things that are good for me, is that going the extra mile? Yes. Yes. If it's for work, if I'm supposed to do 5 calls, then let's do 7. If I'm supposed to get my report done by the 15th, let's get it done now when I have time. Let's not put it off. Let's get it done and get it off of our plate, right? When it comes to our relationships, are we taking that extra time just to make that call? Are we taking that just little bit of extra effort to send that text, right? Are we taking that little bit of extra effort to, when we see something funny, to send it to someone, to follow up with someone? Like that, those are what 10% going the extra mile looks like. Okay. So that is what I want you to do today. But I've got some areas. So these are your questions. Let me get my questions up. So you have to highlight where in your life you could be doing this already. And if you are doing it, you need to acknowledge yourself that you're doing it and give yourself a pat on the back and say, I'm amazing. I'm totally doing this over here and over here. But where are the areas that you're not, right? And we all know what they are. They're the areas we avoid, right? The areas that we avoid looking at are the areas that we really don't try to think about a lot because we know that we're not doing what we need to do in those areas, okay? So your questions for today that you need to answer, all right, is to think about something that you do every day, a common task that you perform, and then how could you add 10% to it? Something that you do all the time, how can you make it 10% better? Okay, this could be at work, this could be at school, right? This could be if you're stay-at-home moms, this could be in how you run your household. Think of something that you do all the time, something that has to be done every day, all the time, and make it 10% better. And pick something, and don't pick the stuff you like. Don't just pick the stuff that you like. Pick the stuff that you hate. We talked about that. We talked about that in our workshop on Friday. You got to start with the things that you hate, right? You got to start with the things that you hate. In the karate school, it's usually forms, and then it can turn into jump kicking and spinning kicking. So we usually start with the things that we hate to get it out of the way, to get some success with it, to make it a little bit better so everything feels easier, okay? Now, second question, what is something that you do in your personal life? How are you doing you? Like something that you're doing in your personal life that you could add 10% to. I will share with you, for me, we went to a family event this past weekend. We had 2 people in our family. One was turning 60 and one was turning 50. And as I was sitting at that event, I just realized that I don't make the effort to speak and reach out to those family members in between the big family events. So my 10% is to take time to send them a text, or just give them a quick call just to let them know I'm glad I'm part of their family. And I'm glad that we're all healthy and that we're all doing well. And so my 10% is going to be every week to call the people that matter in my life that don't live with me and don't live in this area that I don't get to see on a regular basis. So that's my 10%. What's yours? What is a 10% in your personal life that you can just do a little bit better? Think about it. Where do you want to be better? I know I want to be better in that area because I haven't historically been. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but those are excuses. That's what I tell my students. Those sound like excuses, and they are. So no more excuses. I'm doing the 10%. I'm going to take that effort to reach out to the people that are important to me, just with a quick hey, and let them know, maybe a funny emoji. Maybe if we get some of the funny GIFs I do in Black Belt class, I might send some of those too. Okay, then after you do that, now I want you to look at the answers to the previous questions, and I want you to predict the future. Ooh, right? We are all powerful. We are all creators, and we are creating our life every day with every decision and every moment. So I want you to look into the future and see when you do that 10%, when you add that 10%, what does life look like? What does it look like? Whatever that 10% is, when you do the extra 10% at work, when you do the extra 10% at school, when you do that extra 10% with your family, or like in your personal life, whatever that is, what is it going to look like? Right? So for me, I know you guys are sick of hearing it, but I'm going to keep saying it until I get it. 60 butts on the mat till we're impacting that many families. But when it looks like that, I know we're going to have a stronger community. I know that by being able to train and get everyone involved and learn these principles and do this every day, we're going to create stronger families, stronger leaders, and a stronger community. And that excites me. That excites me a lot. But then with my family, with adding the 10% to them, it's going to create better relationships. and going to a 60th and a 50th birthday party. They were great milestone events, but it was also a reminder to me that life is precious. And the moments that we have, we need to cherish those moments with everyone that we have in our lives. So it's going to create that relationship that I don't honestly currently have, right? That I take for granted or have taken for granted. So when I no longer take that for granted, I feel like the family's going to be stronger. When we get together, it's going to be even better than it already is. We're not going to have to spend so much time catching up. We can spend time just enjoying each other's company and laughing and having fun. So that's what it is for me. What is life going to look like for you? Right? So every week we're going to go over something new. I'm going to challenge you to take action on it. I would like to hear your results. I want to see the results. I want to see the results in your life, because nothing's going to happen until you take action. Right? So we get the information, we understand the principle, but nothing will happen until you take action on it. So please, 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 please take the time and look at how you can implement this principle in at least one area of your life, and do it the rest of this week. It's Wednesday. Got plenty of week left. Plenty of week left. Let's do this and then see what we create in our life and how good we feel and how motivated we feel. That is your challenge for today. All right. So go the extra mile, even when it's not required. Show up, shoot for the extraordinary, be amazing. And I will see you guys on Friday when we're going to go talk about how to sell or be sold and what that principle looks like and how to implement that in your life. All right. So I look forward to it then. I will see you guys then.